Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to my homemade studio. I hope that you've all got a little studio set up in your own room. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds or a minute or so just for people to get logged on, okay, before we get going and before I give you a quick intro. Thank you for joining me though. Okay, I'm excited. I'm ready to go for this lovely stretch session. Okay, we'll get started. Okay, so my name's Ashley, for those of you who don't know me. I'm a Pilates teacher, okay? I have a particular love for stretching. So there's too many benefits to outline, but I love it. I'm going to take you through a lovely stretch series for your legs only, okay? The real aim is to lengthen and relax the major and minor muscles of the legs. We'll hold the stretches for about 30 to 40 seconds, depending on what the actual stretch is. Now, there's a lot of different capabilities out there. Some of you may not have had a deep stretch for weeks, months, years. Okay, you maybe never had a full deep stretch before. Some of you I know are into your fitness. Okay, there's some ex-dancers that have logged on as well. So I'm going to give 1 to 4 different levels per stretch if it can be progressed. Please, 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 for your own safety, as I cannot see you, work at your own level, okay? Go at your own pace. No one's judging. You don't need to go at level 4 of the stretch. Listen to your body and work within your flexibility range, okay? So once again, thank you for joining me. There's about 80 odd people who have signed up for this free session, so that's fantastic, okay? Thanks for your support, and let's enjoy the session. So we are going to start standing. I hope you got the email, okay? You saw about the soft surface. You maybe saw about having a nightmare furniture or a door or a wall close by, because I'm going to use that as well to add a little bit of resistance, and it can be there as a stability help too, okay? So let's get going. So bring yourselves to standing. We need to warm the leg muscles up to start with anyhow, okay? So bring yourselves to standing. And all we're going to do is bring your feet just outside of your shoulders. We're going to take a bend and a stretch. So let's start to get the warmth into the muscles, and let's use our breath. Some of you may have just been for a run, okay? Some of you may have just been in another live exercise class. I know there's a lot going on. So you might already be warm, but for those who aren't, let's start to increase the heart rate. Breathe, okay? So let's get used to breathing. Nice deep breaths. I am going to reiterate breath the whole way through this session, okay? So we're going to take it in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you can get a little bit lower in the legs now, get a little bit lower. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor. Good. And we're going to take it into the side. So a little bit wider. Bend and stretch to the side. You may be able to get into those leg muscles a little bit deeper. We're just going to do a couple more. Hopefully that heart rate is going up now. Don't worry if you're not going the same pace as me. Make sure you push through those heels, everyone. Good. One more. Nice. Take it straight into some hip openers. So let's mobilize. Open the hips. Nice big circles. Because we're going to start with the inner thighs for your stretches, okay? To get us going. Use that breath still. Good. So let's take the legs out wide, definitely wider than your shoulders, okay? And we're going to start by sinking the pelvis down. So turn the toes out to a 45-degree angle, sink the pelvis down whilst maintaining a tall spine. So try not to tip forwards, okay? And sink down as low as you can whilst managing that nice, tall, long torso. Shoulders down and back. Breathe. Don't worry if you can't go that low. For those of you who want to, for those of you who can, place your hands on the inside of the inner thigh, close to the knee, and you can sink into that stretch a little bit more and push the legs out wide and back. So let's sit into this stretch. Use your breath. Try and keep the shoulders down. So if at any point these stretches get too much, just come back up to standing and have a breather, okay? Don't feel that you have to keep pushing through and maintaining the stretch. The more you get used to taking those deep breaths, okay, especially on the exhale, the more you can deepen into the stretch a little bit more and relax the muscles into it. Let's take a shift now, side to side. Again, if this is too much for you, hold the pelvis in the center. Push through the heels. Good. We're going to stay to one side. So come over to your left, turn the toes to the front, and we're going to try and bend that left leg, straighten the right leg. You can rest on your leg, okay? You might have a wall or an item of furniture if you want to hold on to that for balance. So drop into it, stretch the leg out nice and long. Good. For those of you who can progress, you're going to start to sink down as low as you can, okay? Some of you may be able to reach the floor with your hands, okay? Some of you may be able to drop your pelvis down whilst maintaining a straight leg here. Keep a nice bend in your left knee, okay? Use your breath. Stay here if you're here. So remember, you might be up here, and that's fine. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Find your level, and let's take those nice deep breaths into it. For those of you who are in level 1, it may be that you can progress into the deeper stretches every time you exhale, okay? But if that is for you and it's working, you're feeling a stretch down here, stay there. Shoulders down, everyone. Good. Slowly straighten that leg, turn the toes in. Let's take it to the other side. So turn the toes out, bend the knee as far as you can without that knee creeping over the toe line, okay? Drop the pelvis down. So let's find a nice stretch for under here, yeah, inner thigh. Rest on the leg if you need to, yeah. Some of you might take your arms out, a little bit of a strengthening exercise as well at the same time. For those of you who have the flexibility, you can take it lower down, okay, or you can take your hands down and then you can drop your pelvis as low as you can until you feel that stretch. Do not over push it, okay? So this is level 3. We've got a level 2. We've got level 1, okay, or resting. Feel the stretch here. Use your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let's enjoy it. Drop the shoulders down. So when I teach my Pilates classes, okay, everything is about how effectively you do that movement, yeah? So think about the posture, shoulders down. Are you just letting those abdominals relax? Draw them in, yeah? Keep using your breath. Good. Slowly reverse, make your way out of that stretch, whichever level you're in, and then just bring your feet back together, heel toe, or shuffle them back. Okay, we're just going to take a rock and a bend. So bend the left knee, push the hip out to the side. And then the same thing, bend and push the hip to the side and back. Bend and push. So this leg becomes straight. Bend and push. Breathe out, sink in. Push those hips back to the side. And you can push the hips as far back as you like, okay? So it just depends on your body. Everyone's different. Feel that lovely stretch in the outside of the hip. One more. And release. Good. Now, I've got this door open because I'm going to add something in for those who want. So, lovely, lovely calf stretches. You don't need a door, you don't need a wall or an item of furniture. Take your right foot back. We're going to try and send that heel down. So, this is a basic stretch, okay? But basic is brilliant. And we're going to progress for those who want to as well. So, bend the front knee, straighten the back. Keep a tall spine. So we're going to layer this exercise. This is level 1, stay here. Keep breathing. We're going to rock up and out of this. Have a breather. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Make sure you're bending that front leg. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now you can stay here, or for those who want to, you can hinge from the hips into a diagonal. Keep pushing your back heel down as far as you can. For those who have the door there, okay, or an item of furniture, you can hold that as a bit of balance or a bit of stability. If you don't, and that's not for you, and you can progress a little bit more, keep tilting the torso down. We're still trying to push the back heel down. Those of you who can come to the floor and reach, we're going to straighten the front leg. Drop the torso down and let the head hang. So that is the furthest level. If you're there, hold it there. If that's not for you, take it back to level 1 or level 2, okay? Keep sending that back heel down. If you need to have a breather at any point, have a breather. Draw your navel in, everyone, your belly button. Drop those shoulders down. Keep breathing. If you are in level 1 or level 2, then you can straighten that front leg, straighten it. Push the hips back. Again, you've got that door there, or you might have your item of furniture. Breathe into it. One more deep breath, everyone, whichever level you're at. We're going to bend the front knee. Use your abdominals, use your glutes, use your hamstrings, reset. And then I want you to bring that back leg in a little bit more, and we're going to go straight into a standing hamstring. So bend the back leg, and this is where, again, you might want that door to deepen into the stretch a little bit. Hold on to the door, the wall, or the item of furniture and push those hips back to deepen, okay? So you can stand here at this level, or you can deepen into it. Keep the front leg nice and long and straight. Those of you who can, keep your neck in line with your tailbone. Keep pushing back with those hips. Flex the foot and push the heel into the floor, okay? So level 1 is up here. You're holding, okay, into that stretch, flexing the foot. Keep pushing the hips back. Breathe. Those of you who are a little bit deeper into the stretch, you might want to come further down, hands on the floor, and drop the head, neck down, okay? So that's also an option. Some of you might actually rest on your bent leg, but please don't rest on a straight leg, just the bent leg. So take a couple more deep breaths where you are. Try and relax into it. Let's reverse. Push through the heel in the supporting leg. And we're going to do that all on the opposite side. So have a walk out. Good. Let's start with that first stretch. Super long step back with the left leg. Heel down if you can. Bend into it. Keep a tall spine. So we're going to push up off the toe. Breathe in. Exhale, push down and back. Inhale up. Exhale down and back. Good. Get used to those breaths. Inhale up. Make sure you're drawing that navel in, shoulders down. Exhale into the stretch. One more. Inhale up. Exhale into the stretch. Bend into it and hold. Don't worry if your back heel isn't down. The end goal is to get that back heel down. We're bending as much as we can into that front leg. Hold it here, or level 2. Hinge from the hips, find a straight line with the spine from shoulders to heel. Hold it there, keep breathing. Send your feet into the floor. For those of you who need something to balance or hold on to, you've got that there as well. For those of you who can hinge further forwards, okay, without that back leg lifting any higher, you can come all the way down and you can straighten that front leg, releasing into the stretch. Hold it at your level, work at your pace. Those of you here, you can straighten that leg as well, okay? The work is in the back leg. Those of you who are hinging forward will also feel it in the front leg, okay? Use your breath, everyone. Those of you progressing to this deeper level, drop and draw your chest and your head down to the floor. Work at your pace, use your breath. Let's hold it there, everyone. Hold the stretch, breathe. If you need to bend the front leg, bend the front leg. So you'll notice my breathing is super loud, okay? Don't be embarrassed to have a loud breath. Really get rid of that carbon dioxide and take plenty of oxygen in for your muscles. One more deep breath in and out. Good. Slowly release. Bring the back leg further forwards. We are going to straighten the front leg now. Bend the back leg, okay? So this leg of mine is straight at the front and bending at the back. For some of you, you won't need to tilt very far forwards before you feel that in your front leg, okay? For others, you'll need to push the hips further back. Some of you, if you've got something you can kind of hang on that can take your weight, you can push those hips even further, yeah? Find your level, deepen into it with your exhale, hinge as far forward as you can and as you want, even bring your hands down if you want to deepen into the stretch. Hold it there, everyone, and let's breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Enjoy it. Super loud breath. Draw the navel in, shoulders down and back. Reverse your movement, slowly come out of it, and then let's take some hip hinges, okay? So bring your feet hip width distance apart, hands on hips, soften the knees. Ever so slowly start to push the hips back and tilt forwards. If you have super tight hamstrings, you're going to feel this already, okay? And that's fine. Hold it there. For those of you who don't feel it, you can keep hinging, but we're keeping a straight spine. So please don't go like this and curve, okay? Because that's not going to work. Maintain a straight spine. Just hinge to the point of where you start to feel a stretch. If you have, like me, a door and you've got quite flexible hamstrings, you might want to sit back a little bit further. So you keep it a straight line up the back of the legs. You're maintaining a straight back, and you let the hips pull as far back as you can. Others who don't have something to hold on to, you can hinge forward, 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 straight spine though. Some of you will come all the way down and you'll hang in this position. Soften the back of the knees so they're not locking out. And make sure, if you are all the way down here, that your weight is over the arch of the feet, okay? For those of you up here, hold it there. It is a really good idea if you have something to hang on to, because you can deepen into that stretch a little bit more. We are going to hold these stretches a lot longer. So find your level, use your breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Work with what works for you. If you need to come back up and you need to have a breather, okay, because your legs are super tight, then please do. Keep the legs straight with a soft knee. So don't lock the knees out. Keep your spine straight, yeah? Find what works for you. Then we're going to bend one knee if you can and straighten the other. So you should, if you want to choose this level, feel an intense deep stretch up the back of the straight leg and into the glute. Those of you who are down here, it's the same thing. You bend one knee and you straighten the other leg, yeah? If you are in this deep stretch, let everything be super heavy, yeah? Breathe into it. So we're straightening one leg, bending the other if you can, and then we're going to switch sides. Straighten and bend. Draw your navel in, okay? You don't want to feel this in your lower back. If you are, it's because you're not holding your core, yeah? Keep that straight spine. Don't go as far, okay, if that's not for you. Some of you will feel it here, and that's fine. I can't reiterate enough how much I need you to work at your pace, at your level. Keep drawing those hips back, everyone. Working through a bend and a straight. We're going to do a couple more each side. Keep breathing. If you've got one side that's particularly tight, hold that side a little bit longer, okay? You might be happy with the straight legs and you might be happy to hold. Please find a level that works for you. Bend those knees and bring yourselves up. Give the legs a little bit of a wriggle. Okay, one more thing standing, quads, yeah? Thighs. So, if you've got balance, you won't need something to hold on to. If not, hold on to something, reach round for the front leg. If at the leg if you can, if not, hold the foot, okay? Bring the knees together, stand tall. Slight bend in your supporting leg. So knees are together. Now, draw your heel as close as you can towards those glutes. Shoulders down, stand tall. We're going to try, okay, and hold this for about 40 to 50 seconds, and I'm going to add on through the level. So if this is enough for you, hold it here. For those of you who would like a little bit more, send your pelvis forwards and your thigh, but keep the knees together, okay? Some of you might be able to hold with a double arm. Keep pushing forwards to feel the stretch deepen in the front of your thigh. Stand tall, shoulders down. Those of you who can and would like a little bit more, you can keep pulling your leg up and back, but we're not tipping forwards. We're just trying to pull up and back, yeah? And you can reach further down towards the leg if you can. For those of you where that's just not for you, okay, you haven't got that flexibility, keep your knees together and work on sending your pelvis forwards. Soft bend, remember, in this supporting leg, okay? Knees together if you can. And with every exhale, let's try and relax that thigh. Do not force yourself into it. If that leg's had enough stretch, that front thigh, then just leave it, okay? And wait to go to the next side. One more deep breath, okay? So if you're here, you're still holding it, you're still standing tall. Lengthen the knee down to the floor, everyone. One more deep breath. Release and relax. Other side. Last thing standing, okay? Same thing. If you need something to balance on, please use it, okay? Don't struggle. Knees together. Draw the leg in towards, or the heel in towards the glutes. Stand tall. If you can hold with double hands, hold. Melt into the stretch. It's not about racing to the final point, yeah? It's about giving that muscle time to realize what you're doing. Drop the shoulders, stand tall. Knees together if you can. Now draw the pelvis forwards as well as the thigh. So to keep deepening into this stretch, you keep sending that pelvis forward, you push the thigh forward. Then for those who can, whilst maintaining a straight spine, so we're not tipping forwards, you can pull the leg further back behind. You keep thinking that that knee, this bent knee, is sending down towards the floor underneath you. Keep a soft bend in this front leg. Use your breath, shoulders down. Good. Breathe. One more deep breath, everyone. Find your level and hold it. Keep a soft bend in that supporting knee. Part of the challenge here is obviously balance as well. One more and release it down. Well done, everyone. I'm just going to close this door, okay? We are going to come down to kneeling. So we've had some lovely standing exercises there, stretches for the legs. Bring yourselves down, okay, to the mat, down to kneeling. So let's find some hip flexor stretches. I've got a cushion. I mentioned about having a pillow or cushion to place under your knee, okay, if you need it. So left knee on that super long step forwards with the right leg. The longer the step forwards, the better. I love this stretch, okay? I always put it into everything that I do because I think everyone has tight hip flexors, okay? So let's start to ease into it. Let's start to drop the pelvis down. If this is enough for you, just hold it here. So you can rest on your thigh, okay? Obviously, you can rest on a wall or item of furniture. Every time you exhale, feel like that pelvis is melting down. So I'm going to offer quite a few different levels for this stretch, a few different progressions. Hold it here if that's for you. Enjoy it and breathe into it. For those of you who need a little bit more, bring the hands to the inside of your foot. Shuffle your right foot out to the side. Feel like your pelvis has been drawn down towards the floor. That back leg, pull it behind you. Again, if at any point this gets too much, please just come back up and have a breather. Make sure your shoulders are down, especially if you've got your hands to the floor. Try not to curve, okay? If that's the case, I'd prefer you to come back up here. So hands down, shuffle the foot out to the side, yeah? Drop the pelvis down and breathe. Some of you from here will go down to your forearms. So if that's for you, take it down to your forearms. Shoulder blades down and back. Don't let them curve round. Keep breathing. Just notice, is your foot tense, okay? Wriggle those toes a little bit. Let your thigh, okay, on that stretch leg, relax. From here, for those who, again, want a little bit more, right hand on the right knee and you push the knee out. That in turn should allow a little bit more room for your pelvis to sink down, okay? If that's not for you, stay at your level. Use your breath, keep breathing. Feel the weight of the body sink down, okay? One more deep breath and we're going to reverse out of this. So, if you're on your forearms, come up to your hands. Those of you who push that knee out wide, draw it in, shuffle the foot back to center. Use your thigh to push yourselves back, okay? We're just going to reset. I know half my head might be chopped off a little bit. We're going to reset, drop down, lengthen. Inhale back up. Exhale into it. Inhale up. Every time you exhale, can you get down a little bit deeper? Good. Keep going. Keep a tall spine, please. Think of that posture. Don't overarch in the lower back. One more here. And then let's switch sides. Well done, everyone. So switch sides, okay? Bring your right knee onto that cushion or the pillow. Super, super long step forwards and let's sink that pelvis down. So for many of you, this position will be enough, yeah? Nice big stretch all the way from here down there, down that top of the hip. Sink the pelvis down. Do not overarch and pop the rib cage out. Keep it straight. Breathe, yeah? Shoulders down and back. For those of you who can progress, who can go a little bit deeper, bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Shuffle the left foot out to the side and let's drop the pelvis down and breathe. Shoulders, draw them down your spine. Draw your navel in. For those of you who are coming down to forearms, come down to forearms, but make sure that your shoulders are down, yeah? Don't push to the next level if it doesn't work for you. Breathe. If you're on your hands or if you're on your forearms, you can place your left hand on your left knee, okay? I'll come down so you can see, and you can push that knee out to the side. Again, that should allow for a little bit more room to get that pelvis down, okay? Use your breath, everyone. Find the level that works for you and hold it there. Feel as though your back leg is being pulled and lengthened behind you. With every exhale, can you sink that pelvis down a little bit more? One more deep breath, and then we're going to reverse the movement. So if you've got your knee pushed out, draw that knee back in, okay? Come up to your hands, shuffle your foot back to the center, use your thigh, use your leg. Breathe in here, bring back. Exhale deeper. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Every time you exhale, can you stretch this back leg out a little bit more? 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down, last breath. And release it there. Carefully make your way out of that stretch and come down to lying on your back. So you may need a head cushion, okay, for underneath your head. If your hamstring stretches, you know you need a resistance band or a scarf, a piece of material. Please have that to hand as well. Good. So let's come down to lying. Just pop that band or resistance, something you use in there, to the side. Cross your left foot over your right thigh, okay? If you have quite tight pelvic region, then you'll just feel a stretch by simply lying like this. If you want a little bit more, you can push that knee out, okay? For those of you who don't benefit from this stretch, we'll take a different stretch and reach through for the back of the right leg. Draw the legs in towards you. So you want to feel this in your glute, yeah, for the left leg, running up the side of the outer thigh. Draw the legs in. Now make sure the back of the pelvis, okay, is connected to the floor. So you're not tucking. If it feels more natural to lift your head and neck, lift your head and neck. If you can, keep it down. Every time you exhale, draw the legs in without tucking the pelvis, yeah? So lengthen your spine into the floor. Use your out breath to deepen. And release and switch sides. Same thing. If that works for you, stretch 1, hold it there. Stretch 2, reach for the back of the left thigh. Draw the legs in. If it feels natural, lift and hover your head neck. Send the back of your pelvis down towards the mat. Use your exhale. Breathe into it, everyone. Good. And slowly release from that stretch. Excellent. Before we go into hamstrings, I just would like to do a stretch for your inner thighs. So bring your feet, your knees together, and then allow your knees to fall out to the sides. For some of you, you'll feel quite tense on your inner thighs, so this will be enough for you. To progress, you might just want to add your hands on top of your thighs and let that body weight sink down, okay? Enjoy the stretch. Allow the limbs to feel heavy. Allow the shoulders to sink into the floor. For those of you who would like to progress, reach for the legs, if you can, the bottom of the legs, sorry, and then draw the knees out to the side whilst keeping your pelvis connected to the floor. So in other words, don't tuck off the floor, okay? For those of you who can progress further whilst keeping the back of your hips down, reach for the arches of the feet. Draw the knees down, but keep the back of the pelvis connected to the mat. So I can't emphasize that enough. Shoulders down and breathe. So you've got 3 levels. For those of you who are level 4, you can stretch either one leg or 2 legs out, okay? And that's up to you. You can switch and alternate between them. Find your level and let's hold it now. Another 40 to 50 seconds. Nice deep breaths. If you want your arms to be a little bit of a body weight, let those hang. Let gravity do the work, okay? Sink the body down. Nice deep breaths. Feel heavy in the body. Bring the legs together. Stretch the legs away in a long line, okay, and give the ankles a rotation for me. Long legs, rotate the ankles. Feel those few clicks. Mine are constantly clicking as I find that rotation. And then, if for your hamstring stretches you require a resistance band or a scarf, place around the arch of your left foot. If you don't, then use your hand on the back of your thigh or reach for your calf. We are going to either keep your right leg bent or you're going to stretch your right leg along the floor. Draw the leg in, maintain a straight leg if you can, slight bend if not. Exhale and deepen. Those of you who can point the toes, point the toes. If not, relax the foot, okay? Shoulders down and back. With every exhale, you're going to draw the leg in closer to the body. If it's uncomfortable with your right leg being straight, just bend that supporting leg up, okay? Stretch away. Use your breath. With every exhale, draw the leg in towards you. We're going to start to flex the foot and release the foot. So flex and release. And all we're doing there is hopefully working into your calf a little bit deeper, okay? So if you have got quite tight calf muscles, you should feel that lovely deep stretch as you flex and relax the foot. And still, with every exhale, can you draw the leg a little bit closer towards the body? And you can hold it here, or you can relax the foot and then bring the leg diagonally across the midline. So you find a lovely IT band stretch. So that's your iliotibial muscle. Down the side of your outer thigh, keep your pelvis connected to the floor. Don't bring your leg over and start lifting your hips, okay? Draw the leg to you a little bit more. Breathe. If your leg is shuddering, slightly bend it or have a full breather, yeah? Over we go. Keep your shoulder down. One more deep breath. Good. Bring that leg back to you. One last stretch to center. Then you're going to bend the knee, take hold of it behind the thigh, and then draw the leg into you. Breathe. Relax the foot. From there, if you can send your knee out to the side of the body and open up the hip and the pelvis a little bit, open the leg out. If not, just keep drawing it into the center, okay? So you can open the hip, draw the leg out to the side, whilst keeping the opposite side of the body connected to the floor. One more deep breath. Release. Stretch that leg away or keep it bent and bring the other leg up to your hamstring stretch. So remember, resistance band or scarf around that foot. Draw the leg in, straight leg if you can. If not, slight bend. Back of the calf or back of the thigh and draw the leg in. For those of you who have flexibility, your opposite leg, stretch and lengthen it along the floor if you can. And shoulders down, lots of deep breaths, everyone. Don't force the leg to straight if you can't. Let's flex the foot and relax the foot. Flex, relax. Flex and relax. Don't over push it. Make sure your pelvis is connected to the floor. So don't lift your bum off the floor. Hold it here, okay? Relax the foot. If you can, take the leg diagonally across the midline. Make sure your hips don't lift off the floor. Use your breath, draw the leg to you a little bit closer. If that's too much, bring it back to the center, okay? Slight bend in that leg if you need to. Send the back of your pelvis down. Make sure your shoulders aren't lifting off the floor. A couple of deep breaths here, everyone. Bring the leg in. Draw the leg into the body. Bend the knee. Hold behind the leg and then draw the leg down towards you. For those of you who can open the hips and take the leg out to the side, open the hip without the left side of the body lifting off the floor. Yeah? So you're either holding and drawing the knee to the center line, or you're opening the hip and allowing the leg to fall out to the side, keeping the left side of the body down. A couple of more deep breaths here, everyone. Release the leg back to center. Ever so slowly, use the back of your leg if you can to roll the spine up to seated, okay? Find a seated position. If you need something to sit on underneath your sit bones, place that under now, okay? If you can, we're going to walk the hands forwards down the legs. We're going to flex the feet. And we're going to keep a straight spine. So try not to curve, okay? We're going to keep a straight spine. So for some of you, you might hinge there and you'll feel that in the back of your legs. You can use your legs still to kind of guide you forwards. So this is about lengthening the spine and flexing the feet so you feel that stretch up the back of the legs. Draw yourselves longer and forward. Some of you will be able to hold onto your feet and pull yourselves long and forwards. You push your hips back, you send your heels forwards, and you bring the toes to you. One more deep breath here, everyone. Shoulders down and back. And then I want you to roll through the spine. So start with the base. Roll, scoop the abdominals in, reset the shoulders, sit tall. One more here, breathe in. Flex the feet, push the heels away. Hinge from the hips. Use your legs or use your feet, if you can reach, to pull forwards. Maintain a straight spine. Push your hips back. Push your heels forwards. Couple of more deep breaths here, everyone. Good. Reset the spine. Couple of options for this last stretch to finish, okay? So you can come to high knee and send your foot, your left foot, out and then point it forwards. Some of you will feel a stretch here already, okay? And if that's enough of a stretch for you, hold it there. Others will tilt and hinge forward from the hips. So you push your hips back, you maintain a straight spine, okay? And you should feel a deeper stretch here. Others will start going further down. So you'll bring your forearms down and you keep pushing your hips back. You feel a deeper stretch here. You might need to stretch your leg out a little bit further. Others will fully sit the hips back and you might even flex your foot, but your hips keep going back behind you as you pull forward with the crown of the head. So don't curve in the back, otherwise it doesn't work. So you're either here with a straight spine, or you're all the way down with a straight spine and you're feeling that deep stretch inside. Push the hips back and breathe. Good. Bring your torso back up, bend that leg in, switch sides. So remember, you can be here, push the hips back, okay? You can push the hips back even further and tilt forwards. Some of you will come all the way down whilst keeping a straight leg. You might flex your foot, okay, or you can keep it relaxed, but you're pushing back with the hips and you're hinging forwards as if your spine is an axis, a tall pole, and we're just hinging, keeping a straight spine. Okay, so work with what works for you, but push those hips back. A few more deep breaths here, everyone. Shoulders down. Good. Bend the knee, bring the leg in, okay? Have a few little hip twists. Push into the hip. You might want to take the legs a little bit wider. Push into the hip so you feel the side, outer side of the hip stretch into it. And then bring your hands together and give yourselves a clap. Well done, everyone. So that was a lovely deep leg stretch, okay, for tight leg muscles. I hope you all enjoyed it, okay. It absolutely flies over, I know. I could literally stretch all night with you all, okay. Any questions, please feel welcome to contact me, okay. I've popped some links underneath my video for social media, how to contact, how to book, everything like that. If you've enjoyed the session, I would be super grateful if you could leave me a review on Google or Facebook. I've put those links in the find out more underneath the video, okay? Once again, thank you so much, okay? I hope you enjoyed the class. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Take care, stay safe, and hopefully you'll join me again for another session. Goodbye.